So now that we've calculated what the slope is, all right, we said that the slope was positive 1 over 3. What does that mean? Well, the slope means the vertical change over the horizontal change. Sometimes we call that the rise over run. So what that means is I'm going to look at how it changes. We're going to do the, we're going to look at how it changes over time. So I'm going to focus on the rise, okay, over the run. So, the rune, the rise over the run. So my rise then, for this particular graph, is just going to be 1. Whoops. I'm trying to make it different colors so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. And then my run would be 3. All right. So now what that means is from any point on the graph, I'm going to go up 1 over 3. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So from this point here, now it's kind of hard to see, but if I go up 1, if I just go up 1, and then I go over 3 units. So from this corner, I made my dot kind of big, but if I go over, from that point, if I go over 1, 2, 3, I'm right back on the line. Okay. Now, if I do that again, if I go up 1, in other words, from this point, if I go up 1, and then I go over 1, 2, 3, I'm right on the line. And that pattern continues. If I go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, I will always have a point on the line. And that's what the slope is on a linear equation. It's the up and over, the rise over run that keeps you on the line. That's why it's a straight line, because the change in the horizontal direction and the change in the vertical direction is always going to be the same. Does that make sense? Now, if it is uphill, in other words, we're going to add one more thing to this. If I have a graph that looks like this, so here's my graph. I'm going to draw 2 graphs. If I have a graph that is going uphill, a linear equation or a linear function or a graph that goes uphill, if it goes uphill, what do we know about the slope? The slope is positive. It's a positive number. Okay. Now, what do you suspect would happen if I had a graph that went downhill? So then my slope would be negative. Now that's mathematically. That's a label, but it's also mathematically. So one is increasing over time where the other one is decreasing. If it's going uphill, it's increasing over time. If it's going downhill, it's decreasing over time. And that's why one is positive and the other one is negative. Are there any questions on that?